I was involved as a student at the Kona Art Center with Bob and Kara Rogers. And I got all the education I need. By the time I went to art school, I had a big vocabulary on the visual arts. I've learned about different artists that I didn't know before. So because of that early exposure, when we came back, we thought an art center was necessary.
When I was in college, I hated art. And then as I grew older, I realized that art is a way for a person to express themselves. And so that is why I became interested in the formation of the Donkey Mill.
If you don't have a dream, you cannot start anything. If you have a dream, you dream big and then work, baby steps to get there somehow. But you trust yourself, you work hard enough, and your heart is out. People can hear, even universe can hear, and we are all in part of it. We're sharing this amazing place, and we own it together. And you can't do it by yourself, by ourselves. So it is a wonderful thing.
Sam coordinated our first project art that we held at the Imin Center. I think that was like our coming out party for the foundation, sort of like our first community event. I think it took place over a weekend, and as I recall, there was something like 1,000 people that came through that event on that first weekend.
One of the main changes I've already mentioned was the moving from the Iman Center to the where the foundation is located now, which is at the Donkey Mill Coffee, and it was a former coffee processing facility, and the board of directors bought it in I can't remember what year they bought it, but they bought it from the Twig Smiths, and that was a big leap forward. We had a permanent home, and it also gave the community a destination that was always open, and it was really a focus building community.
Potlucks.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Potlucks sort of embody the culture and the good vibes and the great feelings that you get when you walk into the Donkey Mill. And I think it's not just the food, it's not just the people, it's not just the environment, it's a combination of all three of those things.
One of the most meaningful activities that we did was to send our artists to teach at Holualoa Elementary School. That, I remember one year, it placed Holualoa Elementary School as one of the 3 outstanding schools in the nation. And it was all through the art education that we provided to the children at the school.
In the beginning, we're all volunteers. No one got paid, but the big picture was to eventually hire a staff that got paid.
How to have an organization that can actually sustain and continue to provide, programs for the children, continue to bring high-level artists to the community, and continue to promote and weave art and culture. When I first started, we had a part-time ED, and that was about the only paid position. Everybody else was volunteer. The teachers were paid on an hourly basis. How does that change now? We have a solid organization. We have budgets. We have a program for community and sponsors and donors. We have all kinds of partnerships that we have developed with the community. So it's a really good feeling, and I think it's wonderful to see how it has evolved. We're going to actually have an organization that can provide these things on a very reliable basis. And it's all thanks to all of you, from the founders, the visionaries, and now the young staff and leadership that we have. So it's a celebration of all this hard work that has been wonderful change.
Yes.
Well, the direction that the mill has gone so far in the last 25 years is sort of like way beyond what I had visioned way back then. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with the way it's going. And it's kind of gratifying to see the way it's developed. And I think the mission for the future is just to improve upon in terms of quality and consistency of what the mill has been doing.
I would like to see the Donkey Mill participate in facilitating art education for every single student in West Hawaii over the next 25 years. I'd like to see us continue to move in the direction of expanding the offerings we have for our keiki, because they're the next generation.
We always talked about it and wanted an artist in residence program, and inviting artists from different parts of the world.
Having the Donkey Mill become the art advocate. That means, we are promoting the arts, the importance of the arts and the culture. Incredible visionary leadership that is going to take us in directions that maybe we can't even think. We have an extremely flexible and creative staff that will figure out how to deliver what we believe and what we value and what we can do in the best possible way. And that it's just such a strength. We are starting with a position of such talent and strength. Take us on, you young people, to the next 25. I'm ready for the ride. I'm excited. I want to see where you take us. So